Hi friends, a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Oliveboard. I hope all of you are doing great. I'm really sorry, I'm just checking the connection right now. I hope all of you can hear me. A very pleasant good evening and welcome to Oliveboard. I hope all of you are doing great. Can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? Yeah, hi Nitin, good evening. Hi Shubhendu, good evening. Just let me know if you can hear me, guys. Am I audible to you guys? Yeah, just give me a heads up in the chat section. If you can hear me, a very pleasant good evening and welcome to Oliveboard. I really hope all of you are doing great. Just give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section if you can hear me properly, if everything is fine. Today we are going to be dealing with one very important question which all of you have been asking on a regular basis, and it's important that we understand what needs to be done since the RBI Grade B 2023 notification has been delayed, right? It's a very common question, a lot of anxiety, right? What needs to be done? Should we stop the preparation? Should we alter the preparation? Right? So many questions around. We'll answer all those questions. Just give me a minute. Let everybody join in. Hi, Shubhendru. Hi, Adi Reddy. Hi. Okay, I'll start in a minute. Let everybody join in. Okay, I can see most of you there in the chat section. Okay, let your friends join in later. Let me just begin with the session today, right? Okay, so firstly, this session is going to be very short, okay, and we're going to come straight to the point, okay. RBI Grade B long awaited notification for the year 2023. What is it that we can do now? Fine. Okay, wherever you guys have doubt, please post your questions in the chat section and I'll take them one by one, okay. Okay, just a second. Fine. So there are two categories of students, okay. Here you can see left side and right side, okay. Let us understand how you guys are feeling at this present moment when you see that the RBI notification keeps getting delayed, okay. The first thing is motivated, okay. That means, yes, I have a lot of time in my hand now. At least I have bought time because of the delay in the notification. So I'm going to make the most out of this golden opportunity that I have, right? I hope many of you are in this particular category, okay? You can cover more topics. You can revise more. How? We will address that quickly in the next few minutes, okay? Few of you were hesitant to go for 2023 and now you might be thinking this is the right time. I have got some extra time right now. So why don't I give it a shot for 2023? Right? So there are few students who would also be in the B category. Okay. Now just give me a thumbs up in the chat section. How many of you fall into this category which says motivated? And who are thinking that this is a golden opportunity and you can make the most out of it right now. Please give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section. Who all are there in this particular category wherein you are motivated? You know that this is a very good chance to cover more topics. If you were in two minds of applying for 2023 because of the lack of time, now it is your time to consider 2023 examination. Right? So none of you are there in this motivated section, I believe. I can see most of you fall in this section then. Okay, there's one there, Shivam, who says that he is there in this motivated section. Okay, great. I can see Lijo there, Shubhendu. Fine. Don't worry, we will address the question what needs to be done. Okay, don't worry about that. So that question will be taken care of. Okay, I can see Jayesh, I can see Nitin. That's good that most of you are thinking about being in the first category. Okay, now let's talk about the second category. See, it's quite natural that when you're expecting a notification in a certain month, we usually get a little sad, I would say, or a little off track when you don't see the notification coming out. So there are many students whom I interact with, they are of the opinion there is so much uncertainty, right? I'm not able to prepare now because there's a break in my preparation. I was mentally prepared to expect the notification in the month of April, and all my preparation was revolving around this particular timeline. Am I right? I'm sure many of you would be thinking that way, that the notification would be in April, so let me cover up the syllabus based on this particular timeline. I'm sure this is something which might have been happening. Okay, now let's understand what needs to be done if you are in this demotivated category. Okay, see guys, one thing is for sure, the notification would be out. Okay, but the thing is, we know there is some changes in the time when the notification would be released. Okay, so honestly speaking, there is no use if you're sitting in this particular category, because A, you would have already invested some time for preparing for RBI Grade B, right? And the second thing is, now leaving halfway through would give you no result. Okay, try your best. That is what I would like to tell, because if you leave halfway through, later when the notification is out, you're definitely going to feel that regret, because you were halfway through and because the notification kept getting delayed, you left your preparations, or rather I would say you wasted the extra time that was given to you. Right? So I hope most of you would be wanting to come into this category. If you're not in this category, this particular live session is going to help you out to make you take that shift from this demotivated section to this motivated section. Okay, that's how we're going to be looking at. Now let's talk about on which side of the categories are you. Okay, so before I just go into how we need to prepare in the next few weeks, okay, and what are the pointers that we need to keep in mind, let me tell you one thing very clearly: your only limit is you. And this is just not for RBI Grade B examination, it's in general with your life as well. The only thing that stops you from achieving something is you. Okay, you are your own limitations. So please open up your minds, friends. This is like, I would say take this as a general advice. And when you are about to see the timetable that I'm going to present here, and we'll also walk through many of the common questions that you have with respect to the delay in the notification. But before that, I want you to know that if you decide I want to do something, you can do. Okay, so don't limit yourself because of certain delay or uncertainties. That's not the right approach to go about. Okay, fine. Let's come to the point now. See, I'm assuming everybody who's watching this particular live session has the intention to go and prepare for RBI Grade B 2023, and he or she is ready to give the examination. Okay, and is ready to put in the efforts that is required to clear this particular exam. Okay, so I have now removed the demotivated category from my head, and you also do that and come to the motivated category. And now let's talk about what needs to be done. Right? There are two things that most of you are worried about. Okay, let me cater to those important pointers. The first thing is confusion about the timeline. See, when you have a certain date in your mind, okay, now if I tell you that the examination is in May or June or July, you have a clear-cut roadmap. Okay, fine, I have 8 weeks to go. I have 4 weeks to go. I have 3 weeks to go. Now I'll put up a timetable and I'll study accordingly. Okay, so this creates a certain kind of certainty in your head, and you're able to take your preparation in a certain direction. So now what we will do is we will come up with this certainty for you. We will come up with the number of weeks that you need to put in, okay, and what you need to do in those weeks is something which we'll discuss in this session. So this we will clear your confusion regarding timeline. Am I right? Okay. The next thing that you are confused is, what should I study for? A very big question mark. What should I study? Okay, since there's a delay in the notification, should I stick to only phase 1? Okay, should I stick to phase 2 only, or should I prepare for both phase 1 and phase 2? So these are the important things regarding what to study. Okay, now please give me a quick yes or a no in the chat section and let me know if these are the 2 points that are bothering you. Just give me a quick reply, guys. I want this session to be interactive because I want to help you guys to understand, because of the delay, what can you do to improve your preparation. Okay, just let me know in the chat if you are actually facing these 2 issues, confused about timeline, don't know how many days, what needs to be done. The second thing is, what should I study? I was studying for phase 1, suddenly now there is more time left. Should I switch back to phase 2? Should I study these 2 things in parallel? Just give me a quick feedback in the chat section. Okay, Nitin says yes, he is thinking about the same. Okay, Nitin, we will clear that particular doubt for you in the next few seconds. Okay, so are we ready? Yes. Pushpa is also, yeah, many of you are confused, that's obvious. Okay, so these are the 2 things we will be seeing right now. All of you just understand that once you're clear with these 2 things, you do have a roadmap and there should be no excuses as to not preparing for RBI Grade B 2023 just because we don't see a notification around the corner, right? Okay. First, let us talk about the timeline issue. Okay, we all are programmed in such a way that whenever there is a deadline given to us, we are prone to, work in that direction. So let's put a deadline. Let's give us some time, okay? And let's strategize our preparation based on that timeline, right? So the first step that we are going to be doing is we are going to give ourselves a timeline. We don't know it officially, but we'll give it to us. Why? Because we need to effectively prepare for the examination, rather than thinking and getting anxious about when the notification is going to be out, right? So the first thing you need to do, consider you have 4 weeks. This is very serious here, guys, because if you're truly determined to prepare for RBI Grade B, let me tell you, you should not be the one sitting and thinking when the notification is out. Yes, but you should definitely think, okay, the notification is delayed. Now, how do I strategize my preparation? That should be your concern, not should I study or not. That is not something you need to think. If you're thinking that way, I'm being very blunt here, you might not be serious about giving this examination, right? Now see, you are having a look here. So timeline issue, we are going to solve it. How are we solving it? We are giving ourselves 4 weeks of time. Very important. Okay, and you're going to forget about everything else. No more speculations. Let it come when it comes. Honestly, okay, no more speculations. Your work is to consider, I have 4 weeks in my hand and I will prepare for RBI Grade B 2023. That is a level of motivation. Okay, and our aim is to utilize these 4 weeks effectively. This is our job. Okay, see, I can understand, I can see the students live in this session. Okay, I'm totally assuming that you're taking your precious time attending this session today. So you are serious about knowing how do we need to prepare for RBI Grade B. Okay, so since you have already taken the effort, take this point again. I'm repeating myself enough number of times because I want each one of you, once you're ending this session, you go back and start doing what I've told you, right? This is very important. Now let's come to the second part. What should I study? I know you might have put a timetable. You must be following a few, steps with respect to doing phase 1 or phase 2, etc. Let's cater to this point now. What should I do? See, there are 2 categories of students again. Why do I always come up with categories? Because we cannot go by one size fits all approach. Please understand this thing. I can not stand here and say, okay, everybody prepare for phase 2. Okay, everybody prepare for phase 1. That's not how it works. The requirement of each student is different based on his or her background, based on his or her history of competitive examinations or history of RBI Grade B attempts as well. Right? So let me give you a categorization here. So if you are confident enough in QRE, okay, I hope you guys have attended the strategy session that I took a few weeks before, where I spoke about the importance of, understanding the pattern of the examination, what is required. In phase 1, quant, reasoning, English, GA. Your key section is general awareness. Along with general awareness, there is one section that you need to make your super section. It can be reasoning, it can be English, quant. I would not advise you to do so, right? And the other sections, just be bothered about clearing the sectional cutoff. That was a discussion that we had very elaborately, okay? And if you guys haven't watched that session in the same YouTube channel, you can see under the videos, you will find that particular session that I had taken, okay? Coming back to today's session. So if you're confident enough in QRE, right, and you know that definitely you'll be clearing the sectional cutoff, you have practiced enough, or you have previous experience, you have given other banking examinations, you have in fact attempted RBI previously, and you're confident, okay, then what you need to do is you need to concentrate on phase 2 preparation for these 4 weeks. Okay, so this is the question that we were looking into. What should I study? Only phase 1, only phase 2, both phase 1 or phase 2 and phase 2. Okay, so the thing is, concentrate on phase 2 preparation for 4 weeks completely if you are confident in QRE. That cannot become a roadblock. Okay, I hope you are understanding my point here. Okay, now the second category of students. If you still feel you might miss out on clearing the sectional cutoff in QRE or one or more, like it is a pain point for you, you're not feeling confident enough, okay, and you're like, I might miss the chance of, clearing my prelims because I'm not good in, say, reasoning, or I'm really doubtful if I would be able to clear the cutoff, then for you, I would say, don't risk it, okay. You need to concentrate both on phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, both on phase 1 and phase 2. So you please understand, sit back for a moment, analyze where do you fall. Okay, you need to be confident enough to know where do you fall and be very honest with yourself. Okay, don't go by what others say, understand what you know, okay, because you're the best judge for yourself, right? And then one other point is, if you remember, I'll show you a recap as well. We took a session on general awareness, how we can score 55 plus, the video which is there in this particular channel again. So we did have a discussion that the phase 1 GA, which has 80 marks, right? There is 30 to 35 marks of asked in GA, which is actually related to your phase 2 current affairs. So if you are studying for phase 2 current affairs, then 30 to 35 marks from this is going to be there in your phase 1 GA. Okay, in case you have missed that session, please go back and have a look at that session. You'll get a lot of insights as to how one can ace the GA section. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, when you're preparing for phase 2 for 4 weeks, okay, you will also be preparing for current affairs, and automatically you will be preparing for nearly 30 marks of phase 1 GA. Okay, and for now, for those who are already a part of a course, I would say March and April bolt you can go ahead and do. Rest of the editions, please put a full stop right now. I'm only talking about RBI bolt. Okay, for those who don't know about it, for those who are a part of our course, we do provide phase 1 specifically curated capsules for RBI Grade B, which is called RBI bolt. Okay, so for those students who are listening to me and are a part of our module or course, so please complete March and April bolt. Okay, for others, just put a full stop right now. Once the notification is out, we will decide what needs to be done. Okay, so this is what you need to understand here. 2 categories, I'm just brushing up again. 2 categories, realize for yourself which category do you fit into. Okay, category 1 or category 2. Okay, and then take a call if you need to prepare for phase 1 and phase 2 simultaneously, or do you need to prepare for phase 2 only for the next 4 weeks. Why 4 weeks? We need a certainty, we need a timeline, we need a direction, and we are giving it to ourselves, right? Okay, now the next part is quick recap, since I spoke about the categories in GA. So just a minute of recap here. Okay, so the GA section for phase 1 that we see can be divided into 4 categories. So I'm really fond of dividing everything into categories. So if you're attending my lectures, okay, if you're seeing my strategy sessions, you'll always find me dividing things into categories, compartments. Okay, that will always do the job easier for us. Okay, So this is something that we actually discussed in the session. Okay, these are the 4 categories in which the general awareness section can be divided. I'm just showing you a recap here because I did mention a line there about how, if you're preparing for phase 2 current affairs, you automatically are preparing for nearly 30 marks of your GA section in phase 1. Okay, why did I say that line? Because we did strategize the GA section preparation in one of our videos. Okay, and that is talking about 4 categories here. Category 1 static GK, category 2 union budget and economic survey, category 3 phase 2 related question. This is the category that I'm talking about. Okay, and category 4 is the phase 1 related questions. This is exclusive to phase 1. So those who are already a part of a course, you would know that I'm talking about RBI Bold here. That is, if you study RBI Bold, you're going to be able to clear this particular section. Okay, so I hope you guys are in sync with me right now. And just to give you a quick recap, I'm not going to be explaining each thing here. This is just a recap of what we had discussed previously. So if you talk about static GK, this is the kind of a scenario that we spoke about, that 50% of the questions are banking and finance related topics and 50% are static questions which are linked to current affairs. Okay. Later, after this video, I'll also attach the previous videos link in the comment section. I'll pin that in the comment section. So in case you haven't seen this and it seems a little overwhelming, don't worry. Just have a look at that session and you'll be able to relate what we are trying to do here. Okay. These are the phase 2 related questions when you talk about current affairs. In phase 1, these are the kind of questions that are linked to phase 2. So even if you're going to study phase 2 for 4 weeks that we spoke about, you're going to be preparing for nearly 30-35 marks from these areas, which is going to be asked in phase 1. Okay. This is the phase 1 related question, which is only specific to phase 1. Okay. RBI Bold, remember. Now these things we are not going to be touching in the next 4 weeks. Okay. Fine. Now we come to the core part of today's particular class, okay, which is nothing but our 4-week study plan. Fine. So we have come to a conclusion that there are 2 pain points that we are seeing. One is timeline. To solve that, we have given ourselves a 4-week time. Okay. And the second thing is we were confused about what needs to be done, phase 1, phase 2 or both. That also I've solved for you. Choose your category and go ahead with that. Okay. Now let's talk about the 4-week study plan, right? Before that, a quick thumbs up in the chat section. How many of you are still awake? How many of you are still interested to know what you can do in the next 4 weeks? A very quick thumbs up in the chat section is definitely needed before I proceed further and explain it to you. How can we tackle our preparation with this 4-week study plan? A quick chat please there. Thumbs up in the chat section would help me analyze. Just give me a cue in the chat section. Okay, I can see Sakshi, Nitin, Shravanti, okay, few of you there who are still watching, who are still wanting to know the study plan. Quickly, okay, so Ravi says thumbs up there. Okay, I can see only a very few of you. What about others? Are you not finding it interesting? Are you not finding it doable? You can be very honest with your opinions because I want all of you to be in sync. I want all of you to understand that it is doable. Okay. Okay, I can see Ravi there, Parag, okay, few of you there. Fine, no problem. Let me just proceed further, okay, and let's see if you guys are still with me throughout this particular session. Okay, I can see Shivam there as well. Thank you, Shivam, for that quick thumbs up at the last. Okay. Fine. So we have 4 weeks in our hands. Okay. Broadly speaking, Right now, this particular study plan that I'll be discussing, I'm keeping in mind you're falling into that category wherein you are not very confident about phase 1 also. That means you're not comfortable and you're not very sure if you would be able to clear QRE sectional cutoffs. So I'm taking that category and then putting up this plan for you. Okay. So here you can very clearly see that week 1, you will have to practice QRE based on your strengths and weaknesses. I want all of you to make a list today after this particular session, okay, and just write down what are the topics that you're comfortable, what are the topics that you think you need work, okay. So that list should be ready with you. If it's not ready, again, you will be in limbo thinking what I need to do, what should I do, okay. Those things need to be avoided for sure, right? So go back, have a list ready with you, and you need to start practicing those topics. Okay. Now, one other pointer I would like to tell you is don't do multiple things in a single day. Now we are talking about week 1, right? And in week 1, we are talking about few things from phase 1. We are talking about few things from phase 2, few things from current affairs. Okay. So we will split our week into days. Okay. So what we are going to do is we will say day 1, day 2, okay, day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, one day I'm going to strike it off thinking you will obviously need some rest. Now, when you have 6 days in your hands, keep days for each thing. For example, 5 and 6 I will do current affairs, 3 and 4 I will do phase 2, 1 and 2 I will practice quant or reasoning or English. This is how your split should work. Don't do 1 hour something, 2 hours something, and specifically if you're a working professional, don't do that. Okay, so this is how you need to divide. So phase 2, I would want you to go behind this management section. You should know the reason for it by now. Okay, in case you don't know, please watch the strategy session wherein we have understood that the FM paper has management component which is completely static, doable. It's important that we do that. Okay, so we have this FM section here. So management is something I want you to complete. Do this section, okay, complete all the chapters. It's really important. You need to complete all the chapters. If you have a hectic schedule, at least try to aim and complete say 70% of the syllabus. Okay, always see if you think it's too much of a task for you, don't worry, but at least start. Okay, you will land up somewhere. That's for sure. You're going to utilize it properly. Okay, so in case you have a hectic schedule, I'm repeating myself, aim for completing at least 70% of the syllabus. Okay, one other major component, guys, you have this golden opportunity. Don't lose it, because see, you might think, how is it a golden opportunity? See, these 50 days, 30 days, 4 weeks, if you're taking, let's take 4 weeks only here that we are talking about, it will not come back. Once the notification is released, you'll not even know. In just due course of time, you will be ready for your phase 1 exam. And then again, directly you are going to see this in 2024 only, right? So please be a little serious. Please make that effort that is required, okay? It's a serious business to clear a competitive exam, right? So let's be a little conscious about what we are doing, fine? Okay, so now you need to practice at least 4 descriptive questions, friends. You will have to practice descriptive questions. I know you guys might be hesitant. You might not be able to, take that first step of writing the first answer. Now, I can see, I'm very sure that all of you in the live session might, at least most of you, I would say, would be facing this issue of coming up and writing the first answer of yours. Okay, we have this Telegram channel which is specifically for regulatory bodies exam. Okay, it's there. The link of it is also there in the chat section, description box. We have also started this free descriptive answer writing batches. Okay, so in case you're someone who's not finding it comfortable, at least join that, understand something. Okay, take benefit of it, and at least come out with writing answers. Okay, we also started evaluation of answers from students. We used to evaluate the first 15 entries that we get. So we are trying our maximum to help you come out of your shell and write answers. We are there to evaluate. We are there to help. Okay, but you need to take that first step. Fine. So if you haven't taken this step, this is the right time. Don't wait for anything else. Don't think about anything else. Complete management, okay? And finish off at least 4 descriptive answers, right? One at least, now then go for the next 3. If you want to ask me how do I get questions, don't worry, just check on the website. We have free descriptive questions. There are nearly 100 question series that we started last year. In those 100 questions, there are management questions also. You can pick any 2 questions, any 3 questions, go and write. Okay? Don't worry, it is right, wrong, we'll take care of it. Maybe when we put up the next batch, you can send in your answers. We will correct your answers also. Don't worry. But that first step is something that you guys need to take. Okay? Fine. The next thing here is current affairs. Okay? This is again a lot of questioning around current affairs. How do we need to complete current affairs? Okay. So if you talk about current affairs here, in week 1, I would want you to do Feb current affairs. I'm talking about phase 2 here. Okay. Remember, if you're completing phase 2, there are common areas. So nearly 30 marks of your preparation for phase 1 is also being done. Fine. And if you're doing union budget and economic survey, some 3-4 marks of your preparation is also being done for phase 1. So nearly 35 marks of preparation you're already doing parallelly preparing for phase 2 current affairs, right? So you need to complete Feb month, complete union budget, economic survey, and if time permits, the same Feb month complete the RBI notification. Okay. I hope you're comfortable with this week 1 schedule. Moving to week 2. Okay, this part is going to be the same. I'm not going to be changing this. It will change in week 3. Okay, so here again you'll have you'll be having a list of your own and you'll be practicing QRE. Okay, and the next thing is you're going to be completing all the basic chapters of ESI. These are some of the basic chapters which can be called the pillars of understanding the concepts here. Okay, and again what you're going to do, you're going to practice at least 3 descriptive questions. If you're not practicing descriptive questions now, when is the time? This is the time. Okay. Honestly, without thinking, there is a delay in the notification. Without thinking, I'm being anxious. Just grab this opportunity, go and start practicing descriptive answers, guys. I know I'm repeating myself a number of times, but I really want you to get up and start doing this. Just that first answer of yours. Okay. Fine. The next thing is current affairs. I want you to complete Jan. I'm asking you to do Feb first because that's important. The latest month is always important. Then come back, complete Jan. Okay. Then you start government schemes, very important. Okay. RBI notification, the same Jan month, you can go and refer. This is something you can do. Okay. Parallelly. Okay. Now, one other thing is don't assume, like I do understand it can be a little overwhelming, but once you start, once you put up a timetable, you will be able to do. As I told you, if you're not able to complete 100%, complete 70%, complete 60%, complete 50% of what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Remember, the notification is not yet out. We have decided a timeline for ourselves. We are like, let's do it. Let's have our own timeline. Let's fix things and let's prepare accordingly. Okay, so this is your week 2. Coming to week 3, okay, week 3, what I want you to do is, I want you to solve 2 full-length mock tests for phase 1. When I say I want you to solve 2 full-length mock tests for phase 1, I also want you to analyze those mock tests properly. Mock tests are half done if you're not analyzing them. It is for learning and testing. Learning part happens when you're done with the test, you analyze your strength, you analyze your weakness, where are you going wrong? Okay, so this is the week 3 plan that you have in your hand. Okay, complete the finance section, these chapters, at least not all, you would be able to do at least 50% of it, but do it. Okay, practice at least 3 descriptive questions. In 7 days, I'm asking you to take some time out and write 3 questions. It's not big of an ask if you're really determined to clear RBI Grade B. Okay, whenever you feel that things are getting too much, always think about the end goal. Why are you doing it? Okay, things are not always easy. Okay, we also know that. So this is one of those. You need some efforts. You will have to put in efforts. You'll have to feel uncomfortable in doing certain things you're not comfortable with, right? And in current affairs, revise Jan and Feb. You have already done Jan and Feb, right? In week 1, week 2, revise that. Okay, and November and December phase 2 current affairs, less focus, but just go through it. Okay, and also continue government scheme preparation here. So this is possible. Don't think it is not possible. Okay, if you're thinking that way, you'll not be able to proceed. Fine. The next thing that you see is week 4. Okay, week 4, I want you to get up and attempt one other test. Okay, full length test for phase 1. Again, you need to analyze it very, very properly. Analysis is important. Inferring from that analysis is equally important. Learning is super important here. Super important for us. Okay, practice 3 questions of descriptive answer writing and specific focus on questions which are related to current affairs. I'm continuing my ask for you to prepare for descriptive answer writing. Okay, current affairs, we will go with March and the revision part. We'll always keep intact the revision part. We can never forget revision. Whenever you're starting something new, go back, revise, and then come back to the new thing. Okay, so here you have March month that you need to cover in week 4. Okay, fine. So guys, this is it about your 4-week study plan. I hope you guys have taken notes from it or you have understood something. It has helped you in some way. I don't want you to follow this blindly, but at least take a cue from it. If you're someone who's struggling to put up a timetable, then maybe you can just follow it also as it is. Okay. The next thing I want to tell you is important QRE topics. This is again taken from the session that I took earlier. So in case you haven't watched that session, I've just taken this particular piece from that previous lecture that I took. So this is the quantitative aptitude section based on the analysis. We do understand that we have 3 categories. First category here, second here, and third here. Okay. If you're not comfortable with this section, aim for 3-4 marks there. Okay, aim for 3-4 marks with the second category and 2 marks in the third category. We are just talking about grazing through the sectional cutoff and just being a little safer there for those who are not comfortable with quantitative aptitude. Again, I'm just revising it here. I've dealt with this in detail in one of the sessions that I've taken. You can find that session in the video section. Okay, please go and have a look at it. So there is always we have DI being asked. Usually it is for 10 marks. Okay, one of the DI is usually doable. So if I'm assuming you're not comfortable with quant, even then you can aim for 3-4 marks here. Okay, if you're not comfortable with DI. Then the second category is arithmetic, usually 10 marks from arithmetic. I'm definitely sure you can go through these easy topics and aim for 3-4 marks here. Okay, you can make your own list, which is your comfort area, which is your area which needs to be improved, or you don't even want to do it, is also fine. Okay, and the third category is number series, quadratic equation, data sufficiency, and etc. Here you can just aim for 2 marks in general. Okay, for those who have any of these topics which are your strength, then there's a different case. I'm just talking about a student who's facing difficulty, say, in these kind of questions. Okay. Now coming to quickly the reasoning part, you have puzzles here which form a major portion of reasoning. We all know that. Okay, usually 5 puzzles are asked, and there is the second category which you talk about this syllogism, direction and sense, coding, decoding, inequality, blood relation. The third part here is critical reasoning. Okay, usually 8 to 10 marks of critical reasoning. Okay, we also have input, output, and miscellaneous type of questions. Now always understand, reasoning is just not equal to puzzles. Okay, I've seen many students saying ki I'm not comfortable with reasoning because I don't know puzzles. That's okay. Obviously nearly 5 puzzles are asked, and reasoning has a very good importance being given to puzzles in it, but it's not just puzzles. It is also these topics. You have these things also, because the questions are 60 questions. And we don't need to get 60 on 60. Remember, we spoke about in detail right? In one of the sessions that I took, that we don't have to get 60 on 60. Okay, if you're just splitting up the total, it's important that you just aim for something, say 18 to 25, depending upon the difficulty level of the paper. So it is doable. Even if you're not able to solve 4 puzzles, very well done. It's okay. You can choose one easy one, seating arrangement or something can be done. The remaining marks can be pulled from here. If you're very strong in English, you can also go for critical reasoning. There are miscellaneous type of questions, sometimes 2 to 3 questions you can answer from that as well. That is how your mind should work. Okay, and if you ask me, is it doable? It is doable. Okay. The next thing is English. Fine. So this is very simple, I would say, because there is a little bit of predictability when you talk about it. You have reading comprehension, usually 8 to 10 marks. Okay, error detection, para jumbles, clause test, etc. I would say concentrate on this and this in case English is something which is bothering you. Okay, so have your focus on reading comprehension and then clause test as well. Okay, fine. Now, a quick look at the descriptive questions. I'm not going to be discussing the questions in detail, but I'm just giving you a sneak peek. This was in the year 2021. Okay, look at that question. Question related to 15th Finance Commission, 15 marker question. Is it very tough? No, it is not. But you need to take that step of writing the answer for it, right? Structuring your answer, putting your points in the form of paragraphs, introduction, conclusion. Okay, see, there was one thing which was here, different methods of poverty measurement, a static question. You will definitely read this in the chapter. Okay, not very tough here, right? This was the questions that were asked last year, 2022. Monetary policy framework, definitely you will study monetary policy. You will study monetary policy framework. Without this, you are not going to appear for RBI Grade B. Right? If you don't know, then how will you do? So the thing that I'm trying to infer from by showing you these questions is, the questions are not tough. They're well within the syllabus. They're well within the range of anybody who has a decent knowledge can go and write. The only thing that pulls you back, A, is a hesitation in the first place, that it is descriptive answer writing. Oh my God, I need to put something in my own words. And the second thing is lack of practice. Clear these two things, you will be able to answer these questions. And 600 words, 400 words, you don't have to fill pages. Okay. The next thing you can see about NBFCs, predictable question, urbanization. Even if you don't know much about it, you can still write a general answer here. Okay, you can just quote few facts that you've been doing or reading in the current affairs, link it as a factual information, write it here. Okay, then you have what are economic reforms, very easy, you'll definitely read this as part of ESI. It's not at all tough, right? Question related to financial stability report. This, if you have missed the report, okay, let's cross this question, no problem. Okay, so this is how things are. And the next thing here, again, FM, 15 marker question, 10 marker questions. I'm just showing you quickly to make you understand it's not that much big of a deal, provided you know what to study, provided you're practicing, provided you're putting up a proper plan. Okay, that obviously those are the important things to be done. 5 major announcements in budget. Now tell me, how tough is this question for us? Okay, what is corporate governance? We definitely know what it is. You're reading management. Okay, functions of regulatory bodies. Okay, fine. What is meant by behavioral reinforcement, positive and negative? Okay, this is also something that you would definitely study. Okay, and differences between these two types of leadership. The first thing that you would study when you're studying leadership. What's transformational, transactional? Okay, these are very, very simple things that they have asked, but obviously you need to know how to structure your answer in the first place. Okay. These were the questions that were asked last year. Blockchain disrupt banking, that was in news. India's response in global financial crisis, out and out we have a chapter on this. Okay, role of managers in encouraging ethical behavior. If you don't even know something, you'll still be able to frame an answer. We all deal with this on a daily basis. How many of us are managers already? How many of us are under managers of already? How many of us have seen the situation with some of our relatives or friends and etc. and etc. Definitely you know something about this particular question. right? That's what I'm just trying to say. Why people and organization resist organization change, how to manage it. Change is always difficult. Any change is difficult, be it organizational change, be it a change in life, anything. You always see, you will feel, you'll always prefer being in a static position rather than changing yourself, because change brings in something positive. Okay, and we as human beings are hesitant to, you know, come out of our comfort zones. The day you decide to come out of your comfort zone, you embrace change, you will see things happening for you, right? Okay, the last thing here, a quick look at the cutoffs. Okay, again I've shown this in one of the videos, but I just want you to be you know, have that chain formed in your head. What are we doing? Why are we having this 4-week study plan? Right? Why am I asking you to practice answers? How is it doable? Will I be able to clear RBI Grade B? So I want to link all these questions, and that's why I'm showing important pieces of information in today's live session. Okay, so have a look at the previous year cutoff. So this is the range, this is the minimum cutoff that was there. The only thing I'm trying to point out here is, see the quantitative aptitude cutoff. I'm going to be referring to column number 1. Okay, so general category and EWS category. Okay, here you can see it is the maximum that score 7.5 out of 30, maximum score. Okay, so if you're not good in quantitative aptitude, the only thing you need to do is aim for a safe 8 to 9. That's all. Okay, see reasoning, the highest has been 15. Let's aim for a safe 18 to 22 or something if you're not very comfortable. Okay, English 7.5. If you're not at all comfortable with English, make sure you get somewhere around 9 if you're not comfortable with English. But this is something I would ask, nobody should look at this also, because we are always aiming 50 plus here in GA if the paper is easy. So don't worry, you don't have to bother about the minimum cutoff. Okay, only these 3 sections is something I would want you to look at the minimum cutoff. Fine? Okay. So these are the courses that we have for RBI Grade B. There is also this one-on-one mentorship batch that we are having. Batch 3 is open. Okay, batch 1 and 2 is closed because the entries are filled, the seats are filled. Okay, the batch 3 is still open, wherein one-on-one I'll be your super mentor, and after that you'll also have a mentor who's going to be guiding you every alternate week. Okay, with the micro level planning, understanding your requirements, correcting your answers, giving you all the guidance needed. Okay, so if you want to enroll, please just check the details, and if you feel you need that one-on-one guidance, only then you enroll, because you'll have to take some time out, because you'll be having your first session with me, and after that you'll be having your subsequent session with mentors, and then you'll have doubt solving, you will have multiple other things that's going to be taken care of. Okay, so please make sure you have time first. When I say time, you should at least be able to make yourself available for a particular session, one-on-one session. Okay, because we'll have to talk to you first, understand what you need, only then we'll be able to proceed further. So you can check out batch 3. Apart from that, if you're not interested in one-on-one and you think you just need some help, so obviously you can go for complete plan. Okay, and there's also a learn plan in case you don't want the descriptive part and you just want to have a look at the notes part, right? So we have this Telegram channel which is specifically for regulatory bodies exam, wherein we do share a lot of free material which would help you to revise things. Like we have mind maps that are being shared, we have 10 MCQs daily that are being shared on important topics. Now IFSCA exam is there, we are sharing questions for IFSCA exam. Okay, so important ebooks, announcements, everything is there. I would want you to join that particular channel for any kind of update. Okay, that's there in the description box, the link of it. And obviously you're watching this session on regulatory channel here, so please subscribe to this channel in case you want to get notifications for your further live sessions. Yeah, so that's it guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this live session today. I hope you found your answer with respect to what needs to be done in case you're looking out to prepare for RBI Grade B 2023 and you are uncertain about notification not being out. Okay, I really hope you take out important points from this particular session. I hope you keep your uncertainty aside, and as we have discussed in this live session, the only thing that should strike your mind is, yes, I will prepare keeping all the uncertainties aside. I know my timeline, I'll do accordingly. Let the notification come. Immediately when the notification is out, you will be in a position to tweak your plan. Okay, Fine, guys. Thank you so much. And I can just see a few chat. Let me see if there's something. Thank you, Nitin. Thank you so much to mention that 4 questions were directly asked from the OB descriptive answer writing mock test. Nitin has been one of our students throughout, and I'm really, really happy that he never gives up. Thank you for being so consistent, Nitin. Students like you really, one day you would see the result happening. Mrunal, the lack of practice cost me less marks in Nabard descriptive paper. Yes, Mrunal, that's right. If you don't practice, it does cost you a lot. Most welcome, Parag. I hope, guys, you found this session useful because you have given me 51 minutes of your time, which is very precious. I really want it to be beneficial for you. Most welcome, Mrunal. Most welcome. I'll be coming forward with a few more sessions wherein we'll be analyzing past year papers. We'll infer what you guys need to do. Okay. And in case you want any kind of different sessions also, please put that in the comment section. We'll definitely cater to those topics. Okay. Fine, guys. Thank you so much. Again, you have been a wonderful audience today, sitting intact till the end. Okay. And I want you to implement the 4-week study plan that we have discussed. Customize it based on your needs, but please don't stop studying. Please don't get demotivated. Again, I want all of you to fall under this category. As I told you, I want you to fall in this motivated category here that you can see. If you're still in this category, please, after watching this session, make the session worth for all of us. Okay. And move here. Move to this motivated section, please. Okay. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you so much. And please do take good care of your health. Okay. Because obviously the season is such that many of us are falling sick. So please take care of your health and your near dear ones. Right. Thank you so much.